standing posture or sitting posture. Lying down works as well. When we do this Wednesday morning class, one of the key aspects to it is mind rather than body. I think the importance of the mind has been underrated in Eastern and Western medicine for many years, and it's slowly coming to the forefront now. As this is what we do here on a Wednesday, it's just to relax into our minds, let our minds quieten and settle. So we can just briefly review standing posture for a moment. I might just adjust my camera a tiny bit, just to take in the feet slightly more. Okay. Okay, so our standing posture just sees us with our feet together to begin with the knees bent and the arms hanging down by the side. And then we set up a wide standing posture by a movement which is called step on chi. So you stand on your heels and you open your toes out to 90 degrees. And then you stand on your toes and open your heels out to parallel and perhaps a little bit wider than parallel, so that we have a slightly knock knee where the knees gently come towards each other. And we're encouraging that because as we soften the leg, we sink down into the knee and the knees just gently move inwards towards the front. So the heels are just a shade wider than the toes. The knees are gently bent. Arms just hanging down by the sides of the body. We move our tailbone softly towards the front and lift gently between our legs, a point called hui-yin. So closing hui-yin is seen as, if we imagine the torso as being a kind of capsule, that we're closing the bottom of the capsule to hold chi inside, like a container, a crucible in which we can gather all this wonderful chi. So we just feel this gentle lifting between the legs. It's not something we have to do, concentrate on and hold, and it's not something like that. It's just an indication, a gentle thought about closing this area, and then don't worry about it. From time to time, we come back and remind you about it, but it's not really that necessary. Once you've had the intention to gently hold the chi inside this internal crucible by lifting hui-yin, then that's great. There's a kind of current of energy that moves from hui-yin between the legs up through the lower energy field, lower dantian, up through the middle energy field, up into the upper energy field, and all the way to the top of the head, to bai hui. So imagine this central plumb line right through the center of our bodies. And we want to keep that as straight as possible. So that would mean don't let the shoulders bend forwards, keep them nice and straight. Don't let the chin hang forwards, keep it nice and straight. The idea is that we have this point between, goes through the center of all these energy fields to the top of the head in a lovely straight line, unencumbered, the knees relax down, and the body just hangs. Chin slightly drawn back, but not tucked in, looking down, just gently drawn back in. Top of the head softly pushes up, and that just straightens the spine. So if you're in a cross-legged sitting posture, you actually feel your back go slightly backwards. When we're in a standing posture, the back, sorry, other way around. When we're in a standing posture, let's start again. Tuck the tailbone forwards, and the smaller the back goes backwards in our standing posture. In a sitting posture, the smaller the back just gently folds inwards, and that's no problem. So we don't, in a sitting posture, try and force our back to go backwards. Not natural. So in a sitting posture, you can just let the lower back softly sink inwards. Standing posture, tuck tailbone forwards, lower back gently pushes backwards. Okay, so we find our own version of this standing posture. What can you sustain for this period of exercise. And it is an exercise because bent knees, we activate the thighs, we activate the calves. Standing in this posture can build up a lot of energy and a lot of strength over a long period of time. So it's a drip, drip, slow building of this energy in our lower bodies, which gives us so much more stability as we get older. Gently soften into the knees, gently tuck the tailbone, nice straight spine, chin gently drawn in. Shoulders, we can just relax them. Just lift your shoulders gently. Roll your shoulders softly to the back. And then really let the shoulders relax down, sink and settle. Do that a couple more times. Just rolling forwards, lifting really artificially high, push the shoulders really backwards, and then just let them sink and settle. A couple more of those. And then when you relax the shoulders, they should just hang gently down the seam of your trousers in the sort of center line of the side of the body, as it were. Okay, great. So let's just talk briefly about what we do with our arms. So the first posture, with the knees gently bent and the arms hanging down by the side, the hands probably just come slightly in front of your thighs. No problem at all. That's just the standard 𝐬𝐥𝐿 posture, lower 𝐬𝐤 posture, I suppose. And this can be a starting point for anybody. With the knees gently bent, chi is already flowing through the lower body. With the shoulders relaxed, chi is pouring down into the center of the body. So if we have our shoulders lifted right up against our ears, we're closing a point on top of the shoulders called jianjing. Jianjing has to soften down, has to relax down. And as soon as it relaxes down, it opens up and allows qi to flow deep into the core of your body. So we have the qi pouring down from the heavens through by hui into the body, shoulders relaxed, qi pouring into the core of the body. This is a perfect gathering posture. Knees bent, qi surges up like a tree gathering energy from the earth, like a flower gathering energy from the heavens. Flowering tree. Imagine yourself as a cherry tree or something like that in blossom, gathering all this beautiful energy and from the air around you. When we settle ourselves into this relaxed kind of posture, the skin relaxes as well. So you can imagine that taut, tense in the muscles, but that's also taut and tense in the follicular layer. Anyway, so yes, the more you relax, the more the skin relaxes, the pores can open, they gently move when we breathe. So there's no specific breathing involved, just allowing the breath to gently move in and out of your body with great ease. So you've already been in the standing posture for 5 or 6 minutes now. The body is relaxing, hopefully. What can you do if the body's not relaxing? Well, there's no point in punishing yourself for an hour and making it a thoroughly unpleasant exercise. So sometimes you might just think, oh, I just want to move my feet a little bit, just shift from side to side. No problem. Try to keep your mind steady. Perhaps you might just think to yourself, oh, I've got to move my shoulders so tight. Keep your mind steady. So moving the body is not essentially a problem, but it's just this idea that we want to try and keep the mind stable. Whole body relaxes. Whole body starts to connect into the chi field around you. Connecting through your pores and your soft open skin. Connecting with your breath. Let's purposefully take a deep breath into our bellies. So gently breathe in through your nose and imagine chi goes up into your head. When you breathe out, imagine the chi flowing deep into your belly. Nice breath in, gathers chi to illuminate your brain. Nice breath out, and all this chi moves down through middle dantian, down into lower dantian, your belly. Gather this energy deep in your belly, lower dantian, where we store all of this amazing energy. Nice, gentle, easy breathing. So at any stage, if you're feeling wobbled, disturbed, your mind is unquiet, you can always just take this one breath in, breathe into the center of the brain and imagine your brain illuminates. And as you breathe out, imagine drawing this qi from your brain into middle dantian in the center of your chest, and then moving it down to the center of your belly, and all of this energy gathering. So standing in our, what's sometimes referred to as the gunfighter stance, or that doesn't really sort of go with the idea of Qigong, we can bring our hands gently up in front of our tummy. So this is a second position. With the middle fingers level with your belly button, holding a gentle ball of qi. So one of the points about the postures we hold in front of us is that we don't stretch out. It's not a long, straight arm. It's just a very gentle little space underneath the armpit, little bend at the elbow, bend at the wrist, bend at the fingers, and this ball just gently comes round in front of the tummy. Imagine something, I don't know, the size of a small beach ball, just held in your hands in front. I suppose it's about the size of a basketball, maybe. Just held in front of your belly. And imagine connecting from your middle fingers, streaming qi back through your belly button, streaming qi back into your lower dantian energy field. Behind the belly button, Dr. Peng says very precisely, 7/10 of the way into your body. So in other words, as you go in, you'd kind of bump into the front of your spine, spinal column. And just in that area, just in front of the spinal column, is where qi gathers. Doesn't relate to an organ, doesn't have a specific anatomical, well, I suppose 7/10 of the way into the body is quite specific. But we have this kind of idea of the dantian just sitting there in front of the spine. Imagine this ball of qi gently gathering. So as to this idea about standing and gathering qi, when we lift our arms up in this way, we apply a subtle pressure between our shoulder blades, lower back and shoulder blades. Very subtle, I must admit, but it is nonetheless a pressure. And after a period of time of standing, you may well find that that makes a little pain between your shoulder blades. You can always just roll your shoulders, straighten your back up a little bit, make a little bit of movement in your back, but try to sustain this posture as long as you can. And this is the ideal beginner's intermediary level for standing. People who've been doing this for a little while sometimes find their hands will float up to middle dantian anyway. So not really a problem, but there is an ego problem. So very often what we really want to do is to get our hands up higher and show that we've got all this power in our bodies. But actually, you can do it as much as you like. It's no problem. It's not going to hurt you. But actually what happens is after about 10 minutes, you think, oh, and your hands slide down. And sometimes, oh, they slide all the way down. So don't worry. Don't try and push yourself too far. Just let the hands do what they naturally want to do. Keep the postures soft and easy. Tailbone softly tucked, knees gently bent, body in this lovely standing posture. As I've hinted, the postures can go a bit higher up. They can even go to upper dantian. You can even hold your hands either side of upper dantian. You can even push your palms into the blue sky. But those are really quite advanced. And so if you feel advanced, why not try them? But there's a lot of effort for not much gain. In fact, you actually end up spending more energy than gathering it in those postures. Unless, of course, you're very good at gathering qi. So the first thing to note about standing or sitting Qigong, it's a chore to begin with. It's not something that comes naturally to us. We want to move. We want to take the weight off. Those are yang activities, or certainly moving is. So the idea is that we're doing this very subtle exercise. It could be described as being a yin exercise because we're not really moving. But there's a huge amount of subtle exercise going on inside. And so this exercise would be described as yin with yang inside. Sometimes we have exercises which are very yang, where we try and remain yin inside. So yin is cool, calming, relaxing, quiet. And on the face of it, that looks like this exercise. But inside, we've got energy building. We've got requiring strength in the legs to support us, strength in the back to support us, gathering energy bit by bit. So just allow this exercise to slowly build your resources over time, day by day. If you could do 20 minutes of standing each day, you'd find the benefit immediately, immensely. So here we are, building our chi, gathering energy. What stops this from being the perfect exercise? Very little, apart from the mind. So the mind costs us vast quantities of energy. Every thought costs us vast quantities of energy. Our energy is just the same as a bank account. Every time you open your bank account and spend some more money, the balance goes down. You have to be working to fill the balance up. And so this is what we do here, is we stand and gather chi, and our chi account grows. But if your mind is churning away, then you're using as much energy as you're gathering. So this is the exhortation to bring your mind down to lower dantian. This is the idea of the one breath. Just breathe in and then sink your mind down into your belly. Try and focus with your hands into your belly. Try and focus with your mind into your belly. Think of what lower dantian might look like. Maybe a ball of some sort, glowing deep in your belly. Perhaps it looks like the ember in a fire, glowing deep inside. Perhaps it looks like a little pilot light boiler in your gas boiler, little blue flame. How does it look to you? Perhaps it looks like a crystal of some sort. Find your way to this little image deep inside the belly and try and hold the mind there. As we know, it's all too easy for the mind to trip off in different directions, find itself something interesting to do. A thought about life pops up, a thought about your children or the shopping or something arrives, and you chase after that thought. From deep in your meditation, you suddenly find yourself attending to your shopping list, and then you start thinking about where could you park and how long will it take and will you see someone, and then suddenly you realize that these incredible thoughts have spun you away from your practice. Gently draw the mind back again. Don't be cross. Just accept that's what happens with our minds. We could gently take this breath in again and sink the chi deep into the belly and allow ourselves to settle and inhabit our body again. Dr. Wayne Dwyer used to offer a really beautiful meditation. He called it mind the gap. We think of a phrase that's important to us. It could be religious in some way. One of the most common ones people use, Om Namah Shivaya, comes from the Sanskrit. Om, we often hear people chanting Om in yoga. Om Namah Shivaya, about the power of the universe, effectively. Think of it as being three separate words, Om Namah Shivaya. You could easily use a liturgical prayer of some sort. Our Father, who art in heaven, Hail Mary. There's another Christian word, Maharata, comes from ancient Aramaic, I think. Perhaps you have some phrase that's very, very powerful to you, perhaps in your own language, a different language, whatever. The idea is that we imagine, let's take Om as our first character. Imagine yourself sitting in an audience, gazing to a stage, completely empty, totally dark. And then this character, Om, is wheeled onto the stage. The letters OM, covered in gold and jewels. They're illuminated by a spotlight. They've got fairy lights all over them. It's a show. And you imagine this beautiful character, Om, with all of its light and its gold and its shining, standing in the middle of the stage. Suddenly you go from this very quiet moment to this very exciting moment for your ego. And it's, oh, heavens, I like the idea of this. And then we take Om and we move it off the stage. And then we're left with this beautiful, dark, silky, cool, relaxed place, just to rest our mind and settle. We know that the next word, Nima, is sitting in the wings, ready to be moved on to excite your ego. And Shivaya after that. And then we can loop round Om Namah Shivaya time after time after time. So the idea is that we reset this cool space just by having a moment of, where your little ego, which is like a 7-year-old child, can get a small moment of delight. And then we take this image away from our eyes and leave ourselves with this beautiful dark space. And we try to dwell in this cool, relaxing, empty space for as long as we can, until we become distracted. And we always know that we have a reset waiting for us in the wings to bring on and to take off again, to reset the space. We just try to stay in this cool, empty space for as long as we can. Mind unmoving, gently resting. Body in the perfect standing posture. Body relaxing. Mind gently expands through the body. Search for any places that feel uncomfortable. Illuminate those spots. Imagine your mind is like a spotlight. It can send beautiful healing chi. Perhaps your knees are a little bit sore or your back. Just send this healing chi deep inside. Illuminate your body. Where do you need your healing today? One of the key healing aspects is making space inside your body. Space for healing. Let's just think about that. If you think about a muscle, it's incredibly tight. We think about a a weight lifter in a gym, and he's lifted up some huge weight in his hands. His biceps are bulging and the muscles are sticking out, and he's going bright red. There's nothing flowing there. As soon as you relax the muscle, the blood and chi flow well through it. Everything becomes calm, soft, and relaxed. So this is what we're trying to do with our muscles. We're trying to bring about this relaxation. Imagine the muscle isn't tight and closed, and yet it's open with space inside it. When there's space inside anything, we allow flow. Imagine your belly, lower dantian. Just let it expand into the space around it. So perhaps it starts out being a very small ball of chi, and slowly it starts to build in size, gently opening, gently expanding. Lower dantian chi is abundant, blood and chi flowing well, space opening in your belly. Has a nice effect for your intestine, space inside, opening up the space. Space in your liver, space in your kidneys, spleen and pancreas. Gently opening up space in the lower part of the torso. Space in the lower body is really important for blood and chi to flow well. We think about each of our hip joints. Just imagine a ball of chi in the center of your hip joint that slowly opens. And as it does so, it just makes everything move more easily. A little bit more space in the joint. When you open up this space, blood and chi flow well into the area. An abundance of energy starts to grow. Think about space in your lower back. Think about space all the way down to your tailbone. So opening and relaxing the lower vertebra, 5 lumbar vertebra, and then we have the whole lost the bone's name. The bones at the bottom of the base of your skull, that's your base of your spine, tailbone, pelvic, moving into that area, space there. Bring space into the sexual organs. The whole of your pelvic girdle is starting to open up and relax. All the tension there is gone. Blood and chi is flowing well. All the systems working well. Space in your hip joints. Think about your legs. So we start with the thigh. From the rounded top of the thigh where it fits so neatly into your hip, all the way down to your knee. This wonderful big bone. As I was saying yesterday in class, we have this idea of bones being these strong, solid things, but they are filled with little holes as well, like a coral reef, like a crunchy honeycomb, so strong in its nature. Also hollow inside with the marrow, red and white blood cells, pumping out these wonderful cells that flow around our body, that support our immune system. Blood and chi flowing well through our thighs. The muscles that wrap round, make space and soften them. Feel that it's possible to move chi from lower dantian into each thigh and bring space inside. opening up the hip, opening up the thigh, bringing space and openness so qi and blood flow well. Thinking about the knee, inside the kneecap, we imagine a ball expanding, the kneecap opening. So deep inside your kneecap, there's a sac of synovial fluid that kind of flows, interstitial fluid, fluid inside your kneecap that flows, that keeps everything moving and articulating. So we just make more space for these movements. We just bring this ball of qi and kind of inflate it inside the knee. We just think about the way the bones move so easily. The muscles articulate so beautifully. And so we have this idea of making space that every muscle can start to move easily, blood and qi can flow well. And then we move down to the calf. And again, we can imagine this qi moving down and expanding our calf, opening the calves. Deep into the bones of the lower leg, to our shin bones. Just think about the space you can create. Imagine your calf open and expanding. Sometimes our calves can get very, very tight. Nothing flowing there when they're tight. So now what we're doing is really making space in the calf so that the muscle can relax. Can you feel the relaxation? Start to relax the buttock muscles, down the back of the legs, the front of the thighs, back of the thighs, relaxing around the knees, relaxing around the calves, softening those muscles, opening the space, blood and qi flowing well. A ball in the ankles, gently inflating, making space there. Open up your ankle joint, soften your Achilles. Feel that your ankle, strong, supple, but gentle. Blood and qi flowing well. And then our extraordinary feet. The feet have got this incredible collection of bones inside, lots of little bones beside each other, articulating with each other, held together with muscles and sinews and fiber. Little space in between each of those muscles. If you think about your toes, 2 or 3 bones, just this tiny little space. Make a little space between each of those bones. Open up, open up, open up. Feel your foot soften and relax. So if we've been standing for a while, sometimes your feet can be sore. But if you can bring this softening and relaxation to the sole of your foot, to the top of the foot, between the toes, bring relaxation, gentle knee bent, gentle relaxed ankle, gentle soft foot, blood and qi flowing well. Sometimes you can overcome the problems of the standing posture. Very often you've been standing for a while and you haven't even noticed you've been standing for a while. If you have noticed, then don't panic. The sensation does go away. Don't lose faith. Stay with it. Blood and qi flowing well through the lower body. So we have this flow of qi that goes down the outside of our legs. There are 3 channels that flow down the outside of the legs, all the way down into our feet. And 3 more channels that flow up our feet, up the inside of the legs to our bellies. As we open up this space, this qi can flow so much more easily. You can think of something like a garden hose pipe that's been stood on by I don't know, an irritating person, and all the water has stopped flowing through your hosepipe. As soon as you take the foot off, then the chi flows again. So now we're opening the channels, softening the muscles, creating the space, and the chi flows really well down into our feet. The chi from the earth can surge up your legs into your body. Draw chi in. The whole lower body is open. Whole lower body is awake. Blood and chi flowing well. Imagine lower dantian, this extra space deep in your belly. Allow the chi to move to middle dantian. Feel that the swelling of energy from deep in the belly can move up into middle dantian. Create a beautiful space in middle dantian. All of our organs benefit from this incredible chi. We think about this chi like a sun burning deep inside the center of our chest, this incredible, beautiful energy radiating out. Fill your lungs with chi. Right up underneath your shoulders, the whole area filled with chi. Imagine your beautiful heart pumping away deep in the center of your chest, filled with chi. Behind the heart and down to the left, we have our spleen, our pancreas, stomach, all the digestive system, filled with blood and chi, working really well. Down to the right, the liver, blood system, all around the body, blood flows. Heart and liver, cleansing and pumping the blood. Blood flowing to every capillary in your body. Blood and chi flowing well. Towards the back, the beautiful kidneys cleansing away. The kidneys have this power deep inside them. The kidneys, the batteries of your life. Think of the beautiful kidneys just nestled under the ribs at the back and the lower back, lower middle back. Blood and chi flow well through your kidneys. The kidneys associated with the bladder and the whole urinary system, working well. The liver is associated with the gallbladder, blood and digestive system, working well. Spleen, pancreas, stomach, working well. The whole of your digestive system, all of your intestine, working well. The heart and the blood pumping. This is one of the ideas of the calf muscle as well. When you walk, each one of your calves acts a bit like a heart, pumping the blood through the feet. That's why it's such a good idea to keep walking, to go and do your daily exercise, because you can pump the blood around your body ever more effectively, and that carries the chi. Heart and calves, blood round the whole of your body. Brings us to our arms as well. We think about the arms in the same way as our legs. You imagine the shoulder joint, the elbow joint, wrist joint, and fingers just mirrored with your hips, knees, ankles, toes. The same space in your shoulders. Open that space up. Upper arms, beautiful space in the muscles. Elbows, articulating like the knees, a beautiful ball of chi inside your elbows, a ball of chi inside your wrists, space between each of your fingers. Blood and chi flows so well in your arms, flows so well in your legs. Same story with the arms. 3 channels running down the outside, carrying chi to your hands. 3 channels running up the inside, carrying chi to your body. Space in your arms and your hands, gathering chi from the world around you, drawing chi from the nature around you, from the earth, from the heavens, Your skin gathering qi into your body. All this space inside your arms, all this space inside your shoulders, all this space inside your hands, space in your legs, space in your chest. We've created this real openness in our body. No tension, blood and qi flowing well. When we open up these spaces, we create a healing. All the blockages disappear. All blockages disappear. All of the blockages in your body disappear. Blood and qi flows well. Think of the spine. We've thought about the beautiful tailbone, pelvis, hips, but now we start to move up lower back and we find the Mingmen gait. This idea, tucking tailbone forwards and relaxing Mingmen gently backwards, has opened up the lower back. Lower back, blood and qi flowing well. Middle of the back. Okay, so we may have a little bit of tension because we're holding our arms in front. We might have a little tension between our shoulders. We can always just roll the shoulders, stretch the back, just gently move, roll the back a little bit. Just soften and move space in your back. Feel that your spine is open. Every vertebra sits on top of the next, but just imagine a space growing between each vertebra. Your spine long and open. Moving up between the shoulder blades, open space between your shoulder blades. Feel that your arms can open space. This beautiful ball of qi in front. Open the space in your shoulder blades. Moving up from the upper back to your neck. When we lift by hui, we can feel our neck stretch, beautiful and straight. All of the space from the shoulders up the neck to the head. Feel space open in your neck. Sometimes we hear from doctors that we have some sort of thyroid issue, but just bringing space into the neck allows so much blood and qi to flow well there. No thyroid issue can withstand blood and qi flowing well. We open this space and we keep this beautiful long neck. Blood and qi flow well. All blockages disappear. All blockages disappear. What about our brain? Upper dantian. Deep in the center of your brain. Blood and qi flowing well. If you're interested, you can move your hands up and you can actually open your brain with your hands, doing a kind of la qi movement, and then gather energy back inside your brain. It's a really nice exercise to do. Imagine a ball of qi in the center of your brain expands to become vast as you open your hands. And then you can draw the qi back inside your brain. You can do that 2 or 3 times. You can have your hands to the side of your head. You can have your hands in front of your head. It doesn't matter even if you have your hands behind your head if it feels more appropriate. Just feel the brain able to expand and open out. And then drawing this healing qi deep inside your brain. If you want to just do this with your mind as well, no problem. You don't have to do it with your hands. You can just imagine this space gathering in the head, this qi flowing in your head. Sometimes when we don't feel well, we feel like our whole head is blocked. Sometimes when we're sort of taking medication, we feel that we can't really work our brain in the way we want to, that it feels fogged. But now when we bring space to it, we're opening and clearing all that fog. We're opening and making clarity in our brains. Blood and qi is flowing well through every pathway of the brain. The brain is in perfect working order. Just think about that. Absolute clarity for your brain. What more could you ask for? Blood and qi flow well through the brain. Let's think about the eyes. You could even lift your hands up and pour qi down into your eyes, drawing the qi down. Leave your hands over the eye sockets for a few moments And just allow the qi to pour deep inside your brain. Fill your eyes with qi from the actual eyeball all the way down into the nerve, optic nerve going deep into the brain. Let's gather some more qi for our eyes. Lift qi up. Pour qi down into your eyes. Feel this torrent of qi clearing your eyes. Make your eyes bright. Make your sight clear. Blood and qi flowing well. The functions of your eyes returning to perfect working order. Why not gather qi for your eyes every day? Lift qi up. Pour qi down. Sometimes we hear from eye doctors, optometrists, whatever they're called, that there are things blocking the eye, and that's glaucoma, those kind of ideas. So let's just open that up. Let's have blood and qi flowing well through the eyes. No blockages, no growths inside the eye, no cataracts. Blood and qi flowing well. Clear the eye, make it bright. Your eyesight clear, make it bright. Imagine your eyes in perfect working order. What about your ears? You could hold your hands beside your ears. Send qi from your palms deep inside your ears. Clear your hearing. Make your hearing clear. If you've had hearing problems, why not solve them this way? Gather qi from the universe, pour it inside your ears. Fill your ears with qi. Clear open the channels inside your ears. So we have all these little bones, ossicles deep inside the head. The tympanum, like a drum. So go deep inside and clear everything. Open everything. Make space inside. Make everything work well. Make the hearing perfect. Make it sharp. Open up the clarity. Gather qi from the universe. Pour it into the ears. Deep inside. Sometimes we have tinnitus, ringing in the ears. Just make it stop using these exercises. Clear and open it. You can have your hands in front of your belly or on your belly and think about that. Think about the ears being filled with qi, blood and qi flowing well. Sometimes we have balance problems. It seems like the mucus in the inner ear doesn't flow so well. Well, change that. Change the quality of the energy inside, the liquid inside the inner ear. Blood and qi flowing well, your hearing will perfectly. What about during COVID? We had so many loss of smell problems. Imagine all the olfactory nerves cleared and clean, working well. Imagine the breath that we can take through our nostrils so easily. Everything open, open space, qi flowing inside, blood and qi flowing well. What about the mouth and our teeth? What about the taste? So deep inside your mouth, blood and qi flowing well. Heal your gums, heal your teeth, heal your jaw. Everything moves easily. Take off the tension from your jaw. Heal your tongue and your throat. Taste buds working well. Blood and qi flow well. So here we have our brain, upper dantian. Blood and qi in the center of our brain. Brain radiating energy out. Everything deep inside the brain, the neurons working well. The synapses firing well. The brain connection down into the brain stem, down into the spine, down from the nerves, deep into the body. The chemical processes that the brain triggers off with these electric impulses flowing well. Every process in the body. So we think about our endocrine system. You don't have to be familiar with these things. We know deep inside we have the pineal gland in our brain. We have the pituitary gland. We have the thyroid and the thymus in our chest. We have, probably missing out things, adrenal glands. All of this system sends chemical messengers through the body. So just think about the chemical process, the hormone process. Just think of everything in balance and working well. Think of the nervous system that spreads throughout the body. Everything in your nervous system steady, working well, connected well. Think about the blood system, every capillary through the body, working through the heart, working through the liver, working through the kidneys. Well, it goes through everything, the blood system, doesn't it? To the tips of the fingers, to the tips of your toes, blood and qi flowing well. Every cell in the body flowing well. All functions of your body, perfect working order. Think about the cells themselves. We can think about a cell from our basic biology, just a round circle, and inside it a collection of weird things. There's a black dot in the middle, that's the nucleus, and inside the black dot is all our DNA, all the good information in our body. And then around the nucleus is all sorts of little things, mitochondria, various little squiggly weird things that make our cells work. The cell is an interesting process. Inside it, it kind of uses up energy and then it kind of has rubbish, like you in your kitchen when you sort of open up packets and you do your cooking. There's all sorts of debris that finishes off, lots of rubbish that needs clearing away at the end. And at the end of a day, a cell needs to clear away all the rubbish. And so you can imagine cleansing our cell. Imagine a cell in front of you. You can imagine this cell between your hands, and we can imagine opening up the cell and letting all of the debris go. And then when we close the cell back together, perfect, pristine, perfect working cell. Open that and expand, make space inside the cell so all the processes can work well. And then when we draw our hands back together again, feel the cell, perfect. DNA, perfect. Let's think about the DNA for a moment. These funny twisty strands that we see, and the twists come together at the end, and they're kind of tied together almost like the thing on the end of your shoelace, the little piece of plastic that stops your shoelace from fraying. The end of the DNA, the two strands come together in something called telomeres. Telomeres, we imagine these telomeres long. So the bit that holds the DNA together, the two strands are bound up at either end with these telomeres. And we just imagine the telomeres are strong and long and powerful and hold our DNA together really well. They say the length of the telomeres is all to do with the length of your life and the strength of your life. So if we have healthy, long strength in our telomeres, that's going to mean the cells live longer. The longer the cells live, the longer you live. And so we see this beautiful, healthy cell inside the DNA, beautiful and healthy and strong, powerful DNA, giving off good messages. The information of your DNA is crucial. Inside your cell, they're great chemical information, great information, sending out good information to wherever this cell is in your body. So we just imagine this one kind of sample cell suddenly scattered through the whole of our body. Every cell in our body is like this. Every cell in our body is suddenly working well. Suddenly, every cell in our body has this fantastic DNA inside the nucleus with long telomeres, the DNA giving off great information into the body. Information that you wish for your life. Let's just think about that for a moment. Sometimes the stories in our lives have started us to think badly about ourselves. We can say horrible things to ourselves. You're so stupid. You never get that right. Why are you always making these same problems? Why do you always fall into the same traps? Why do you? And then the story goes on and on and on. When we tell ourselves these hostile stories, we send bad information through our body. And that triggers chemical cascades in the body that we don't need or want. So now we give our body this good information in Qigong. We imagine our body sturdy, strong, healing well. We imagine the blood and qi flowing, the body open, everything working well. We imagine the telomeres are long inside the DNA, and the DNA is giving off good information into every cell. Every cell is working well. That makes every process in the body work well. Feel your body is fantastic. Feel the healing at the deepest level. Feel every cell in harmony with each other. There is no disharmony in your body. We've opened every space. Every blockage is flowing. There is no disharmony. Your body is coming back into perfect balance. Your body just wants to be balanced. It just wants to be in the middle of the path. Not far too much, not far too little. Just perfect balance and happiness in the middle of the road. A very simple central position for every cell in the body. We want just the right amount of energy to do anything we want. We don't want to be lacking in energy in certain parts of the body. We don't want to have too much chi in other parts of the body because a blockage has stopped it from flowing. So when we open it up, everything flows well, everything comes back into balance. This space in the lower body allows chi to flow really well in the legs. This space in the arms allows chi to flow really well in the arms. This space in the torso allows chi to flow. The space in the head allows chi to flow. Everything comes to balance. Any chi that's not needed is released. Released through the pores of your skin, released into the earth through your feet, released into the heavens through Bai Hui, released out through the myriad acupuncture points through the whole of your body. Release, release, let go. Blood and chi flow well. An abundance of energy in every cell of your body. Blood and chi flowing well. Wow. Feel this connection into the universe. Feel your deep connection with nature. At one with nature. At one, happy, healthy. At one with all there is. Ah, like the sunshine coming out and warming your body. Imagine yourself as if you were standing in a beautiful, warm, peaceful, sunny day. The feeling of the sun on your skin, a gentle breeze, the perfect temperature, the perfect place. Just imagine as you stand there and feel the joy. This beautiful, safe space, this beautiful, relaxed feeling. Total harmony throughout your whole body. Your body has become healthy. Your body is healthy. All the problems have healed. All we need to do is gently look at the programs in our brain. Gently ask ourselves why we keep on going back to the same old stories. When we stand like this, we allow those stories to gently push away and they don't affect us. And then the body can go into its beautiful healing process for this hour of healing. Inevitably, thoughts pop up, old stories come back. But we have to ask ourselves why we let those continue to rule our life. Do we need those problems anymore? Do we need to react badly to people, places, situations all the time? Couldn't we just let it go? Couldn't we just open ourselves and let those things flow past us, flow through us, not affect us anymore? Couldn't we just take on this chi persona, become invisible to pain, become invisible to comments, become invisible to the outside world, and just allow these things to flow through us? So when somebody says something hurtful, it just goes straight through, like a breeze blowing past you, and you think, huh, don't care, doesn't affect me. When your brain says something to you, just think, yeah, leave that out. Let that go. Don't need that today. Today I'm feeling happy. Today I'm letting myself heal. Blood and chi flowing well. So with this kind of attitude, we can take ourselves back into our day. We're going to keep this chi state as long as we can. We might come back into our physical and go about our day, but the chi state is so important. How you feel when you're relaxed and softened, you just remind yourself of that. You just think, I remember how it feels to be in a chi state. I remember how I feel to be in this soft and open and healthy way. And just call it back. Use it as a kind of watchword. Bring yourself back into the chi state. When you're walking through a supermarket, when you're walking down the high street, when you're feeling worried about, I don't know, viruses that might be going round, when you're feeling worried about money or family, just bring yourself back into this lovely chi state and just think, that's okay. I can deal with these things. Just going to let them flow. Not going to worry about them. Stay in your chi state. Blood and chi flowing well. An abundance of energy deep inside. All functions of your body returning to perfect working order. Your body is healthy. Your body is healthy. So we can just draw our hands back onto the belly. Hold the belly for a few moments. Feel lower dantian. An abundance of chi is gathered there. We are chi. We are a vast, deep resource of chi. We are harmonious with nature. We're connected together as a family, you and I, with all the other teachers around the world, with Dr. Pang, with the millions of people who do Zheneng. We are this beautiful family, deeply connected. And just as an aside, it's funny how often our own family can let us down. But now we have a chi family too. Chi family supporting, blood and chi flowing well, a big smile on your face. Let's draw some circles around lower dantian. Circling around lower dantian just kind of brings you back into the physicality, brings you back into a body, sends a message to your body that you're just going to stop the exercises, but not lose the state on the other hand. Circle the opposite direction and just hold the chi. Know the chi will be there all day. Know that you can be a chi person whenever you want. You don't have to do anything to magic up this chi state. You just think it and it'll be so. Just think about your Wei Qi layer, a beautiful protective shield of chi around your body. Imagine that you've created it stronger and stronger. This really powerful field of energy, it genuinely does protect you. And then your chi body around that, meter in front, behind, left, right, up, down, this bubble of chi protects you, connects you appropriately to the outside world. All of the functions of your body are now healthy. Blood and chi flow well. Abundance of energy supports all of your life function. Big smile on your face. Slowly open your eyes. Let your hands release down by the sides. Bring a bit of movement into your body. So you can move your arms and shoulders, stretch your neck. If you wish to stretch your back, just be very judicious when you come back up because, coming back up quickly can make us really dizzy. So you can just stretch out your back, turn your back, bring a bit of movement into your body. Do whatever's necessary to bring your body back into a gentle, physical, moving state. So when we finish off, we say Hao La together. Hao La is Chinese for everything is good already. All of these things we've sorted here, good, already, done. It's kind of an affirmation for the whole hour saying Hao La means yes. If you unmute yourself, you'll suddenly find yourself on the YouTube video. So you can just say Hao La with me in silence if you wish. Hands up in the air. 1, 2. Hao La.
La.
1, 2. Hao La.
La.
1, 2. Hao La.
La.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much for being here. We have a Standing Qigong salute. You bring your right hand up, the left hand goes down, put the two on top, pull the fingers together, thumbs on the end, like a kind of yin yang symbol. Really nice to see you today. Thank you for being here. I'm going to put this onto YouTube, and if you could spread it around the world, send it to your friends, that would be absolutely lovely. Thank you for seeing you. Great to see you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.